Hey everyone, so we're going to be upgrading our flooring on our boat here. So we've currently got a wood with carpet sort of finished flooring, and we're going to be changing over to an EVA foam. So come along with us on this journey and see how we go. Alrighty, so we've already taken the flooring off here. So that was with the wood with the carpet. We also had some buoyancy or flotation foam that was underneath, but we then soon realized that the mouse or some mice have gotten in and eaten a bit of that, so we've taken that out. And we're going to have to replace some of that as well. So it was a bit fiddly with getting all the screws out along here, and the center console being in the way too. So we had to play around with some different tools, equipment to get that out. We gave it a clean yesterday. We're going to give another clean today. Let's see how we get along with today's tasks. So here's some of the previous flotation material that was underneath the hole here. We had different colors. You can see the mice have gotten in here, so we've just bagged them up for each compartment there. I'll go show you the new stuff. Okay, cool. So this is the foam that we got. I got this from a local boat manufacturer slash repair shop. So I think this came out to be about 200 Australian dollars for these two pieces. So I think it's like per square meter. And then over here, this is the new flooring that we're going to have going down on the boat. So I got this online. This is the seamanship. We got the color brown or dark brown. I think it came to about $70 or $60 for that sizing there. We got some marine grade plywood from Bunnings. This is about 12 mil thick. What we're going to do is we're going to put the old flooring down, get the stencil out, cut it out, and then we'll give it an epoxy cover. So let's run through that now. Okay, so here's the old flooring here and here. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to peel it off so we can get back to the wood, and then we can get a stencil out of that to then put that on that to cut. So we're taking the carpets out. JB's just pulled this one off here. Just look how rotten this wood is. So this is why we're changing it. All the bowing and flexing and peeling and cracking and creaking. So let's get this on it eventually. What we're going to do, we just put in the boat to test for sizing. We're a little bit longer on this side here, so we're just going to sand it a little bit flush, and we'll just keep trying that till we get a snug fit. Alrighty, so after about 10 different cuts, a whole lot of sanding, we finally got the first deck somewhat measured up properly. Nice snug looking fit, especially with these corners down here and here. What we're going to do next is just give a little shaving off the edge there so it goes to the curvature of the boat, and I think this half of the deck should be done. So here is the epoxy glass that we're going to be using to coat the flooring with. So this was a two-part epoxy. Here we're mixing up the first part of the epoxy, and then we'll mix up the hardener together. As you can see, JB pouring here. So we're probably about day 3 or 4. So we've done our third and final coat for this panel here. And now we're going to be going on to doing the second half here. So follow along for this part now. Done the stencil for the part 2, or the second half of the flooring. Let's cut it out now. Alrighty, she's cut now. Let's give it a clean and see if she fits.
those holes just slightly bigger.
So she fits in quite perfectly, but we just got some points down here. We may need a couple wheels off. Looking at this corner here, maybe here too, and that one as well.
This one is...
Alrighty, both boards are in now. This is the one that was epoxy. This is the one we've been cutting today. Look how snug of a fit that was. It only took us probably about another 5 or 6 cuts, sanding, trimming, swearing. What we got there? What we're going to do now is we're going to cut out the old foam that we had that the mouse have eaten, and we're going to cut some new stuff out. So we're going to do a stencil like this and hopefully get about 12 pieces out of this square here, and that should be able to replace the damaged flotation devices in the boat. Okay, so JB's done the first coat of epoxy on here. I've cut some of the foam here. Now time for a drink break. A little bit more cleaning on the boat here just to get that extra debris out there. Still got a lot of foam, bit of dirt and leaves. We've done the front part of the flotation foam, just prepping for the rest. Okay, so filled most of the foam here now. Got some scraps left over here, which we might just fill some of these smaller voids like here and here and within the center, trying to get it as flush as possible so there's just no room for air or water to get in, and just make it a lot more flotational if we end up sinking it. Touch wood that we don't, but let's see how we go. Alrighty, so we've installed the first piece of EVA foam in the back here. So this used to have a bit of carpet in here. This is just sort of like the engine bay sort of water wash part here. So that's all nice and secured. It's looking good. Let's see how the rest turns out. Day 4, guys. What we're doing today is we're going to create a drain hole at the back of this left-hand sideboard. So we've just cut the hole here. This is the sort of drain hole that's going to come through, and then underneath we're going to have a hose running out to the back, out towards the bungs, so the water isn't flowing through the boards. It's got a hole to go down through. There it is. There is the drain hole, sitting perfectly like that. Might put a bit of silicone underneath here just to waterproof that out even more, and then we're going to have the black hose running down from that there. So we've connected the waste water hose setup that we're going to have at the back here. So just sealed it on here with some marine grade sealant, and then we put the black hose on with the clamp, and then this is just going to run off under and towards the back of the boat here. So we've just done the screw holes going all along here, and then along this side we're now going to use the countersink piece, because these are the screws that we're using, which are tapered on the end here, so we want a nice snug clean fit. So we've just stenciled out on the EVA foam here, getting ready to cut out this 3/4 of the first plywood that we're putting down. So let's see how it turns out. Very tidy looking. Look at that. Cool. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to put some epoxy in some of the tapered holes that we've got. Just some of the edges that we had to do some more minor cutting with. We'll then screw it in, put it in, and then probably put the first mat down. Ew. I'm going to screw down the floor now. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty, let's put the second half in. Alrighty, we're gonna put the first bit of flooring in. Let's see how we go. Alrighty, let's get this other side in. See how it looks. We've got this little middle section here, we're missing a bit, so we'll cut that out afterwards. We're almost done. Keep watching, guys. Stay tuned. Main flooring's in. Let's do the front where the fuel tank is. Get that sorted. It's looking good, guys. We're getting there. So we've done most of the floor now, done the front up here. We've got some scraps, so we're looking at potentially doing the rod holder that sits here, maybe a bit on the dash here as well, and then maybe on the front of the boat here. So let's see what we can figure out, see what we can use this stuff here for. So we've done the rod holder here. So the reason we did for this is because we have the rods sitting here, and sometimes they can be banging along metal here, so just a bit of extra cushioning to protect our rods when hanging up there. Next up, I think we're going to give this a go now. We've just done this top layer here, making it pretty flush with the sounder and the map chart plotter on there. Looks nice, looking good. We're making waves. Alrighty everyone, so we finished the boat now. We've put all the equipment back in. Here's a photo of what it looked like to begin with, right here. And now this is what it looks like. So we did the flooring here, we did the side panel here, did the top part here, redid on the metal sheets at the front, and then at the back here, at the back of the motor. All around, I reckon we did a good job. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. Maybe this might help you with your redecking of your boat. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos from Ziggy's Adventures.